Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office. Today is Wednesday, the 12th day of July, 2023. This is the morning briefing that I bring to you almost every morning from the home weather office, where it's a blue sky, warm morning, and it is going to be another warm day. Not too hot yet, but that's one of the things we'll be talking about is the heat that we are still expecting over the weekend. And the interesting thing this morning is that there are some differences in the models about just how hot it's going to get. And we're not talking about a difference of it's going to be 100, it's going to be 110. No, we're talking about subtle differences that we start getting into now that the peak of this thing is coming our way over the weekend. We still expect Saturday and Sunday to be the hottest days. But as we get into the finer meshed models, the range of those, you start to get some maybe better information. Doesn't mean it's more correct, but I'll show you what I mean in just a little bit. But if you're seeing some bigger numbers, let's say you use a weather app, and it says something like 113 at your house this weekend, but somebody else says it's going to be 106. It may be the difference of the models that those various apps end up using. But again, I'll explain here in just a second. I do also want to show you what's happening this morning. I'm going to show you temperatures from this morning. Now, this is the hourly weather summary that the National Weather Service puts out, and took this off the NWS page. So again, these are the 6 a.m. obs, and I want to point out the wide difference we have in early morning temperatures. So look at Mather Airport at Rancho Cordova, 59 degrees. Downtown Sacramento was 62, Sac Exec 59. So not a bad morning, but look at Auburn, 70. Clear case of the inversion starting to build in. And this is something I want to point out even more, is that the inversion is only going to get a little bit bigger and the warmer air is going to be coming in. So places like Auburn and Placerville and Grass Valley, Nevada City, Plymouth, Volcano, San Andreas, Columbia, Sonora, all spots along Highway 49, let's say between about 1,600 feet and all the way up to about 3,000 feet, we're going to be seeing overnight lows in the 75 to 78 range once the real heat starts to build in. So we're not really going to see much in the way of an overnight recovery. Whereas down on the valley floor, temperatures will probably be as much as 10 degrees cooler. Stockton was 62 this morning, but Modesto 66, influence of a light onshore flow. And then on the west slope also, look at Blue Canyon, 62 degrees. That's at 5,000 or actually 5,200 feet. And then look at Truckee, 36 this morning, that little bowl that Truckee sits in. Gets temperatures down into the 30s when everything stays nice and still. You can see the wind was calm, almost get down to the dew point. We could even see some of that early morning fog that forms right around the airport. So again, those are the 6 a.m. Observations. Then, of course, on the coast, cloudy in Salinas and Monterey, where the marine layer is, with temperatures only in the 50s. San Francisco, same thing, Oakland, but the inland penetration of that of the marine layer wasn't all that great. Napa had some of that down at the airport at 57, but you didn't have to go very far up valley before you broke out into some sunshine. All right, let's take a look at some of the model stuff. So what I'm going to show you here is the North American model. Let me slide this over a little bit. We're going to take a look at the North American model, and I'm going to show you the temperatures at 5,000 feet. And this is what I mean about one of the models that has better resolution. Now, this isn't going to go all the way to Monday, but it will get us out to Saturday. And Saturday right now is what we are forecasting to be the hottest day. So let's go through the day today. I'm going to use 5 o'clock in the afternoon temperatures as our standard here. So today, about 21 degrees. It's really not much different from yesterday, and that'll get us daytime highs in the mid-90s. We'll also see a bit of an onshore flow today as well. So let's say 21 today. Tomorrow, let's see, what do we have for tomorrow? 22, 23 maybe? So slightly warmer for the day on Thursday, but Thursday I do think we're going to be around 100. Friday, things start to cook up. So Friday we're up to 25. 25, 26, 25 degrees. That's, let's see, it's 50 minus 5, 45 plus 32. That's 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's your 5,000 foot temperature is in the mid to upper 70s. So 25 degrees is plenty warm. That's Friday. Now, does it go up much on Saturday? This is Saturday afternoon. The temperature now 28 to 29. Now, while that's plenty warm, 27, 28, 29, that's actually cooler than the GFS has been lately. So I'll switch over to the GFS, and this is the model that has been running hotter, 31 degrees. So when I say that you'll find some model differences, this is what I'm looking at. And well, sure, one model saying it's going to be 28 degrees, another model says it's going to be 31. Well, that's how you get the difference between maybe a 108 and a 112 or higher. And so I'm not saying that one model saying, oh, it's not going to get hot at all. It's just going to be that kind of subtle difference that we'll be looking at for exactly as we try to dial in the exact number. We always find it funny that, if we're forecasting a high of 86 this weekend and it turns out to be, 89, nobody cares. But if we forecast a high of 106 and it goes to 109, people are saying, oh man, it really, really got hot. You guys didn't say it was going to be hot. So it's really funny when the temperatures go over 100, every degree of the forecast is under a bigger microscope than it is when we're forecasting temperatures in the 80s. The other thing we're going to have to keep an eye on, of course, is the onshore flow. There is going to be some of the onshore flow. So let me show you my favorite model. This is the CanSAC. Let me back this up a little bit. So this is going through this afternoon. This is this evening. So there will be some onshore flow this afternoon, this evening. You can see the flow coming up. Now, Solano County, Napa County, Contra Costa County, nice shape. For those of you in Discovery Bay, you won't be seeing near as much heat over the next couple of days as areas, especially like Stockton, Sacramento, Roseville, and like Marysville and Butte County, where it'll be quite warm and no influence from that onshore breeze. That's today's breeze. Breeze dies down at night. And then on Thursday afternoon, not bad. Once again, Solano County getting a nice breeze. And the marine layer only will be about 1,000 feet thick, but there will be some marine layer there. So you will see nice cooling in Solano County. But again, the inland extent of that cooling will be minimal. But I still think on Thursday, temperatures will be up around 100 degrees before we see some nighttime cooling. And then on Friday, this is Friday afternoon, same picture, but look at where there's no wind. You go north of Interstate 80, no wind. And that's why on Friday afternoon, we may see a temperature in Fairfield at 5 o'clock of something like 98, whereas in Yuba City, the temperature might be 106, something like that, and might even be hotter in Butte County. So that's why the areas north of Highway 20, I think, are going to be much hotter. And if we are going to see some 112s, 113s, I would think that Redding, Red Bluff, Colusa, Chico, those are the areas that could be seeing some of those higher numbers. I think we're going to be seeing lower numbers in places like Stockton, Lodi, and Galt. But again, over the next couple of days, as we get more of the finer meshed models in, we'll be able to dial in those numbers a little bit. But either way, it's going to be hot this weekend. The next couple of days will be really warm with temperatures 90s to around 100. But it's when we get those temperatures above 105, and especially over the weekend, when we're looking at 108s, 109s, the problem here is that it's tough to find a cool part of the day to do something in. So for the valley, on Saturday, we could be at 100 degrees as early as noontime, and you're still above 100 degrees at 7 o'clock in the evening before the breeze comes up. So you have 7, maybe 8 hours with temperatures over 100, and they peak around 108, 109. So that's a difference from when we're at 102, but we don't get to 100 till 3 in the afternoon, and by 6 o'clock we're already cooling into the 90s. So as you make your weekend plans, plan around the heat. We still expect Saturday and Sunday to be the hottest days with some cooling for next week. We'll continue to dial all this in and fine-tune it over the next couple of days. In the meantime, today is Wednesday. That means I will be on KCRA at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11. No Facebook Live chat tonight, but there will be one on Thursday night. I'll talk to you later. Make it a great day.